Welcome back to my channel, Travel Facts and Hacks. Continuing on with our series of videos on places that are difficult to travel to and live in, tonight, we're diving into a serious issue affecting the United States of America. It's a slow-moving crisis, unfolding over decades, but its impact is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. We're talking about the collapse of American states, not in some dramatic, cinematic way, but a slow, grinding decline that threatens the fabric of this nation. Here are the top 10 fastest collapsing states in the US. Make you stick around for number 2. It will blow your mind. But before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content and to help us continue making this content. Number 10. Our first stop takes us to California, a state often viewed as a beacon of prosperity and innovation. But beneath the surface of Silicon Valley and Hollywood glamour lies a harsh reality. California is grappling with an exodus of residents, driven out by a soaring cost of living. We're talking about housing costs that are simply unsustainable for many families, even those considered middle class. And it's not just housing. Taxes are high and the state's budget is stretched thin. This mass departure of residents, many of whom are young professionals and entrepreneurs, is creating a brain drain, depriving the state of the very talent that fueled its growth. And then there are the natural disasters. Wildfires, droughts, earthquakes, they're a constant threat, adding another layer of uncertainty and risk. The Golden State is facing some very real challenges, and many are choosing to leave in search of a better life elsewhere. Number 9 next, we travel to the Midwest, to Illinois, a state once synonymous with industrial might. Today, Illinois is a cautionary tale of fiscal mismanagement and political gridlock. The state is drowning in debt, with a budget deficit that seems insurmountable. Pensions are underfunded, infrastructure is crumbling, and businesses are fleeing to more tax-friendly states. This financial instability has led to a decline in public services, from education to healthcare, further eroding the quality of life for residents. The population is shrinking rapidly, with thousands of residents leaving each year in search of better opportunities. Illinois is at a crossroads, and the path forward remains unclear. Number 8. Our journey takes us next to New York, the Empire State, a global hub of finance, culture, and media. But even New York, with all its wealth and prestige, is not immune to the forces of decline. The cost of living in New York City in particular has reached astronomical levels, pricing out all but the wealthiest residents. This economic disparity is stark and growing, creating a city of haves and have-nots. And it's not just the city. Upstate New York has been struggling for decades with population loss and economic stagnation. The state's high taxes and burdensome regulations are often cited as reasons for businesses and residents leaving. New York faces an uphill battle to maintain its status as a global powerhouse. The exodus of people from New York is a growing concern, with many seeking more affordable living conditions elsewhere. On number 7, we move south to Louisiana, a state rich in culture and history, but also burdened by a legacy of poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Louisiana is on the front lines of climate change, facing rising sea levels, more intense hurricanes, and coastal erosion. These natural disasters have taken a toll on the state's infrastructure and economy, displacing communities and costing billions of dollars in damage. But it's not just the environment. Louisiana has long struggled with poverty, racial disparities, and a lack of access to quality education and healthcare. The state's economy is heavily reliant on the oil and gas industry, which is volatile and subject to boom and bust cycles. As a result, many residents are choosing to leave the state in search of better opportunities elsewhere. Louisiana faces an uncertain future as it grapples with these complex and interconnected challenges. Number 6. Our journey takes us next to West Virginia, a state once defined by its coal industry, now grappling with the economic and social consequences of that industry's decline. West Virginia has the highest poverty rate in the nation, and its residents suffer from a range of health problems, including opioid addiction, heart disease, and cancer, all linked to the state's industrial past. The decline of coal has left West Virginia with a shrinking population, a dwindling tax base, and a host of environmental problems. Many people are leaving the state in search of better opportunities elsewhere, but progress in diversifying the economy has been slow. West Virginia is a stark reminder of the human cost of economic transition. Number 5. We head back north to New Jersey, a state often overshadowed by its larger neighbor, New York. New Jersey is grappling with many of the same challenges as other states on our list, including high taxes, a high cost of living, and a shrinking middle class. The state has a heavy tax burden, in part due to its generous pension obligations and high property taxes. This has led to a significant exodus of residents and businesses, with many seeking relief in lower tax states. New Jersey is also struggling with infrastructure problems, particularly its aging transportation network. The state faces tough choices as it tries to balance its budget, maintain its quality of life, and attract new residents and businesses. Number 4. We travel south again to Mississippi, a state with a rich history and culture, but also a legacy of poverty, racial inequality, and limited opportunity. Mississippi consistently ranks at or near the bottom of most socioeconomic indicators, with high rates of poverty, infant mortality, and obesity. The state has struggled to attract new industries and diversify its economy, which is still heavily reliant on agriculture and low-wage manufacturing. Mississippi also faces challenges in education, with low high school graduation rates and a shortage of qualified teachers. The state's healthcare system is also strained, with limited access to quality care, particularly in rural areas. Many residents are leaving the state in search of better opportunities elsewhere, contributing to a population decline. Mississippi faces deep-seated challenges that will require sustained effort and investment to overcome. Number 3. Our journey takes us to Connecticut, a state once known for its affluence and high quality of life. But Connecticut is now facing a confluence of challenges, including a slow economy, high taxes, and a shrinking population. The state has a large budget deficit, driven in part by its generous pension obligations and high cost of living. This has led to an exodus of residents and businesses, seeking relief in lower tax states. Many people are leaving Connecticut, contributing to a significant population decline and the poor. The state faces difficult choices as it tries to balance its budget, maintain its quality of life, and attract new residents and businesses. Number 2. We travel north to Alaska, the last frontier, a state known for its vast wilderness and natural resources. But Alaska is facing a unique set of challenges, including its remote location, its dependence on the oil and gas industry, and the impacts of climate change. Alaska's economy is heavily reliant on oil revenue, which has been volatile in recent years. This has led to budget cuts and uncertainty for the state. Climate change is also having a profound impact on Alaska, with melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and more extreme weather events. These changes are threatening Alaska's infrastructure, its environment, and its way of life. As a result, many people are leaving the state, seeking better opportunities elsewhere. Alaska faces an uncertain future as it grapples with these challenges. Number 1. Our final stop takes us to Pennsylvania, a state with a rich history and a diverse economy. But Pennsylvania is facing a number of challenges, including a shrinking manufacturing base, a struggling agricultural sector, and an aging population. The state is also grappling with infrastructure problems, particularly its aging roads and bridges. Pennsylvania has a large number of distressed communities, particularly in its rural areas, that have been hit hard by the decline of manufacturing and the opioid epidemic. Many residents are leaving the state in search of better opportunities elsewhere, contributing to a population decline. The state is also facing a budget crisis, driven in part by its pension obligations and rising healthcare costs. Pennsylvania faces a challenging road ahead as it tries to address these issues. The decline of these states is a complex issue with no easy solutions. By addressing the root causes of decline and investing in their people and communities, these states can chart a new course for the future. Thank you for watching. And for more such content, watch our video on countries around the world facing collapse or visit our channel Travel Facts and Hacks.